Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and I'm here to answer a question that probably, I'd say maybe one or two people have asked, but... Oh dear, oh come on. Okay, there we go. Where has Skyrim been? Well, I'm gonna answer that in this really quick update for Skyrim. Essentially, the long story short was the game kept crashing when I tried to finish the Companion's quest line. Essentially, when I would get outside of the city of Windhelm, I'd walk down the road. I could get all the way to mostly about the final farmhouse before I had to get to my destination, and the game would either crash there, or it would crash a little bit up the hill, or it would crash when I'm at the lodge. Mostly, the closer I get to the lodge, I couldn't access my inventory at all, any of my menus, from a certain point. There had been one time that I had managed to get all the way up there, and I'd meant to drop down a save. However, I accidentally hit the inventory button, and then the game crashed. I was a little frustrated at that. So instead, after trying a few more times, I said, okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to try I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to have to essentially restart everything from square one. However, this time it's going to be different. I decided to ditch the edition that I was using and go for the Skyrim Special Edition, which so far I haven't experienced a crash, although I haven't done too much, so we'll have to wait and see on that regard. For the most part, the mod list is done. I've spent the past 2 days, so it's currently Sunday. I've spent Saturday, a little bit of Friday, and a chunk of today just working on the mod list that I'm about to show off. And I'll also have a separate, either I'll toss it in the description, or I will just simply attach it as a JPEG image and in descriptions of videos, or I might even have another video that goes into depth on all of them. I'm not sure what I'm going to do further down the road. I'll have to wait and see. But for the most part, it's done. All the mods that I want are in. All the plugins that each of the mods needs in order to be compatible with one another, down to almost, I'd say, 95% compatibility. There might be a couple that's slightly off, but that's probably going to get ironed out as I go through the series. So, without further ado, here is the mod list. Now, there is one on here that I did add after getting the screenshot, but it's going to be the Deaths of Skyrim mod. I decided to toss that in as well. We're playing it as an Argonian, and there is going to be a small segment where we are up north doing a little bit of treasure diving. I am changing up the story a little bit this time around. So instead of jumping right into doing some quests for Orion, we're going to instead start with, I'm going to have the Relic Hunter equipment on, but I'm going to be at a shipwreck north of Solitude. Essentially just checking out the place, trying to get a little bit of loot, and then bringing it in. Still going to be that that delves through crypts. Okay, we're not changing the character at all, just changing where he appears. But he's going to essentially start off by coming on a boat here. However, he doesn't have a lot. And essentially, I need to go up north and gather a little bit of money, or stuff to make money, and bring it back to Solitude and, sell for some cash, talk to Orion, get myself ready to start back down that road. And there's going to be a little more break points in between main quests. So the beginning's going to play out relatively similar to how it did last time. However, what I had planned on was after Companions, I would jump right into, I don't know if I had Dark Brotherhood or Thieves Guild next, but it would be, I'd jump right into that. Now there'll be a little bit of, like time spent elsewhere in ruins, picking through them, looting some stuff, bringing it back to a safe house, if you will, which I'm going to. At that point, I would have to make a mod, not make a mod, but download a mod that adds in a safe house that I'd take all the stuff to. And it would essentially just be a safe house down in the southern regions. Obviously, up north I have the penthouse suite in the museum, but I would need to download a mod for something in the south. So, yeah, but like I said at the bottom, I'm probably going to be adding more odds. I'm going to be adding more odds in. I'm going to be adding more mods in. But essentially everything there, if there's a plot, like for example with Ordinator and Beyond Skyrim Bruma patch, if it shows something like that, like anything with a plus, it means there's also a mod. The main mod is to the left, and then the plus is all the different patches that I downloaded in order to make it compatible. I didn't want to list every single one of them, especially since I have about 30 from Cryptofer's patch hub. Well, 30, 20, I'm honestly not sure, I lost track. But yeah, that is my current mod list right now. And so far everything's running really smoothly. Currently I've had no stutters with the game, whereas before I'd have a little bit of stutter. Load time, with the exception of the initial load time, it's kind of quick. However, I'm still going to be doing what I did in the latter end of of our soon-to-be called Legacy or Old Run, where I would just try to cut in between, whenever there's a loading screen, I would just cut to the end of it if, say, the game crashes or I get called away. Anyways, I'm going to keep this going before I continue to ramble onward. So, upload plans for the future. In the near future, there isn't going to be any. As I stated, I still need to test all the mods out in the longevity, kind of what I'm doing with Dragon Age. I need to work on the stress test of the game, see if it can handle everything together at once, and if not, some of the mods are going to be going out. So, some of the ones on here that would probably be going, as it's on their Forgotten Magic, would be definitely going out the door. Like the Dragon Claws, Text, and Metallurgy, that would probably be going out. And a couple others on here that would be also tossed out the door. Vigor would probably be one of them that, while I wouldn't want to, if it means that the game would run a little bit smoother, I would take it out and then simply write in the fact that our character just got a bit tougher. Essentially, he's learned to deal with all the damages. And obviously stuff that hasn't appeared yet, we won't be... it won't... If I have to take something out, I'll probably be targeting stuff that we haven't seen in game yet. So, for example, Wheels of Lull. If we haven't gotten to the point where it's in yet and the game's just constantly crashing, or when I do my playtest and it's constantly crashing throughout that, it'll more than likely be taken out. So yeah, just as an example of what I'm looking for during the stress test of the game, which currently so far I've tested it out in Blackreach. I've ran around the place collecting Crimson Nerdroot, combat, fighting off multiple enemies, of course with God mode enabled so that I don't end up dying, because believe it or not, I've been getting one-shot by just about everything. Although I don't really have the best of armors, so in order to actually get the test going properly, I've kind of done that. Vigor works really well, so yeah. And I've also done a bit of a cross map run. I've ran about a third of the map. I think a third, either a third or 25% from Rorikstead, or it was Rorikstead to about Whiterun, and went a little bit beyondward before coming back to Whiterun because I forgot I had realistic needs and diseases enabled, and I needed food, apparently, because it was really affecting my movement speed, even in God mode. So, yeah. I plan on having this recording resume in 4 to 5 weeks, depending on when my student success week is. I'll be recording this throughout it in order to get enough episodes to last to the end of the year, and then after that point, well, we'll see where it goes from there. I don't have any games planned to take up Skyrim's upload time leading up to that point, so there's not going to be anything new for the upload dates. I know today actually would be one, so nothing new is going to be for there. It would just be RimWorld, and that's it. And that's kind of simplifies it a little bit for me, because I don't have to worry about having like trimming down the video and that sort of stuff through Filmora, as that takes a little bit, and reason why some of it's been a little bit some of the content's been a little bit delayed is because it takes a while for Filmora to run it through. The days that I'm at home, I'm either doing housework while having it run in the background. Sometimes I'm on the PS2, or I'm doing homework. I can't really play any games with Filmora running because it takes up a lot of CPU. The one game that I can play is Civilization 4, but that's about it. If that's about it. And reason why it does a heavy drop in frame rate, and because Civ 4 is a very turn by turn, and currently in just continue to test and discover about the game for the eventual Caveman to Cosmos series. So far, I haven't really run into anything too concerning when it comes to that, or at least I haven't experienced a huge drop in frames. But anyways, that's also kind of why I've been a little bit behind on uploading videos on the date. I try to upload it if I don't get to it that day, I try to make sure I get it uploaded the next day or the day after that. But it's not from I don't have it recorded. I have a ton of stuff already ready to go. Just need to do a little bit of better time management. And as always for Skyrim, I am always looking for more mod suggestions. So we'll just leave it on the mod list here. If you like what you see here, leave a like if you enjoyed. And thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you really enjoyed. Don't forget to share this video or any of my other videos to anybody who you think will enjoy my content. Hopefully I don't encounter too many problems. If I do, I'll post an update down the road saying if I'm going to continue doing this or not. And yeah, that's about all there is to cover. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take it easy.